I've never really been a fan of planner or stationery subscriptions. I don't like committing to something before I've seen what I'm getting, and I don't like feeling tied into something month after month. But I have got some subscription boxes in front of me from Hubman and Chubgirl, as they do subscriptions a little bit differently and also have such cute products and a great deal that finally persuaded me to subscribe. So today I'll be unboxing my subscriptions, and I'll explain the differences between all 5 subscription options in case you've been on the fence and not sure which one to pick. And I'll give you my recommendation of where to start and why. I'll also be showing some sneak peeks of the upcoming subscription themes. And then I'll be creating a journal page using one of the collections inside this box. So let's take a look. For some time now, Hubman and Chubgirl have been running promotions such as buy one and get one free on their website for their subscription boxes. But the amazing deal I got with this offer was to buy one box half price and get the other one free. So I've got a little welcome card and something about the community, which I'll talk a little bit about later. I get a free journal and a grid spacing sheet. We'll take a look at those later. I love the attention they give to the packaging. In the past, price has always been more important to me than packaging, but I do love how much care they take. You've got hello there as you open the box to greet you. I noticed it said ready, set, go on the side as I opened the box. And it just makes the whole thing a real experience. So inside we have Beach Birds, which is the July subscription, and Deep Blue Sea, which is an older subscription. The thing that appeals to me most about Hubman and Chubgirl subscriptions, apart from obviously the cute stickers, is the flexibility. If I don't love next month's theme, I can skip that month. Or if another subscription suits me better for what I want to do, I can simply switch to a different subscription type. You can also cancel at any time, which takes the pressure off. These are the ultimate subscriptions I'll be showing you today. But I'll be showing you what comes in all the different subscriptions as we talk. There's a sticker subscription, a planner subscription, journaling subscription, Hobonichi subscription, and then the ultimate subscription, which is the one I went for because it gives you the biggest saving when you buy everything together. See, even on the box here it says monthly stationery fun. Definitely can't throw the boxes away. And one thing to note, these stickers are all hand drawn and you're supporting a small business. Becca does the illustrations, and I believe the husband is Chris, and they have 2 children and dogs as well, and it's nice to support a family business. Everything comes so beautifully wrapped. Happy Mail is here from Toronto with love. They are based in Canada, but they have opened up a warehouse in America. I think rather than with this, I'm just going to tip everything out. That's much easier. Rather than go through each subscription individually, I'm going to go through the 2 together because the Deep Blue Sea one is an older one. I just wanted you to get an idea of how much you get if you get the ultimate subscription. And you do get this sleeve that you can store the stickers in. So let's start by talking about the sticker subscription. In every single subscription you get 3 sticker sheets, and you can see the fun designs. I really love the seagull stealing the chips there, and these are going to be perfect for making beach scenes in my journal. You get 2 die cuts and a mystery gift every month, which this month is a little sticker storage album with those shiny sheets that you can add your odd stickers on. So that's super cute. I actually saw someone on Facebook who took this paper out and put actual paper in to turn this into a notebook, which I thought was a really good idea if you didn't want to use it as a sticker storage album. So that's what you get for the beach birds. So that's what every subscription includes. And these are the 3 sheets that you get with every Deep Blue Sea subscription. The 2 die cuts. And coincidentally, because this is an older subscription, I did get another sticker album with this kit. But the free gifts are often things like notepads, sticky notes, paper clips, washi flakes, even a giant size vinyl sticker. So it's always a nice surprise to see what you get. These larger size sticker sheets are my favourite. So it's good to know that whichever subscription I get, if I swap my subscription, I will always get these larger sticker sheets. So let's show you what else comes with the sticker subscription. This is the variety sticker pack, which has 7 assorted sticker sheets with different finishes. These are some of my favourites from Hubman and Chubgirl. And if you like decorating your journal or planner, then these I would definitely recommend. They do come with a card, and of course you can use that. I recently made a spread with the 3 Little Pigs variety sticker pack and used elements of the card in my journal pages. For the beach birds, I've got these circles, these fun beach stickers with foil, a few journaling boxes, some washi strips. I really love these decorative stickers for making scenes, Polaroids, and they often have these mood tracker stickers with lots of different faces on that you can use, but I won't use them for that. I will just use them in my decoration. Then in the Deep Blue Sea variety sticker pack, we've got some little washi scenes. I love these little underwater elements. More circles. I think those come in most of the variety sticker packs. I really wanted to get these bubbles because I can add them to my scenes. I love the postcards. They often have postcards as well as the Polaroids or little stamps. Then we've got some sea creatures with a sort of a foil edge and some more washi type sea creatures. So you get the gist of what goes in the sticker subscription. I may well be switching to this in future. You get plenty of decorative elements, enough to make 2 or 3 spreads at least. Now we'll look at the planner subscription. Everything is individually packaged and labelled. So this is perfect for planners as it has a little bit of decoration but also some function too. So we've got some box stickers, some journaling boxes, washi strips, more boxes, some little checklists and trackers. And then you've got to-do stickers, your dots and days of the week, and then more days of the week, enough to use for a whole month. The format stays the same, whatever the theme. So this is the Deep Blue Sea planner kit. Super cute. I really love the colours on this one. And it's nice to have these extra elements. And remember, you do get the 3 sticker sheets and die cuts as well, so you are getting plenty of stickers to do some decorating with, as well as these functional stickers. Next is something I know very little about, and that's the Hobonichi cousin kit. So slightly smaller stickers. I imagine it's quite a small planner. I really am not that familiar with it, but you get some functional stickers, washi strips, headers, some decoration too, journaling boxes, days of the week, trackers, and again some days to label a whole month's worth of planner spreads and your numbers as well. Here's the one for the deep blue sea. All the same elements, so you know what you're getting every single month. I know a lot of people who buy from Hubman and Chubgirl use the stickers for the whole month so that they've got that consistent theme. Those two are quite functional, so the journaling sticker kit is more suitable for those who are more into decorating their planners and journals, although it does have some functional elements. I do love that you have these little sleeves to organise your stickers. So these little sheets are called planner stickers, whereas the big sheets are called sticker sheets. And you have two smaller pockets and then one large pocket. And a nice card that you could definitely cut up and use, or use in one piece in your spreads. This one appeals to me because of the fact you get the decorative stickers and you get the smaller versions. So if you're making a scene, you can have the larger ones at the front and then the smaller ones in the background. And you get 6 sheets, I believe. I really love these monthly headers, and you get a whole sheet of them with the images. These would be useful for my teacher layout happy planner to redate with, and I really like that. Although you've got lots of different colours, you don't have to alternate the colours. They've got enough of the days of the week that you could do all orange or all blue or all yellow, or you just mix them up. And you've got the little date dot stickers to go with them in circles and in squares. An important thing to say is that you can get all of these items individually on the website, but obviously they're going to cost that little bit more buying them individually as opposed to buying them as part of a subscription. There's the deep blue sea scene. And when you're buying these individual month stickers, you can specify which month you want. So I've got May because this was obviously the May kit, but if I was to buy this individually on the website, I could choose any month. As long as I specify, that's what they'll send me. So I can see these getting used definitely in my teacher planner, maybe in my skinny mini, but I really do like these decorative stickers to combine with the larger sticker sheets. This is such a fun theme. So that is the journal subscription. Not only do you get everything I've shown you with the ultimate subscription, but you also get 2 washi tapes, a pin, and 5 die cut stickers that are exclusive to the box, whereas you only got 2 in all the other subscriptions. I really love this. Now, I'm not really a pin person. This pin is very cute. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. And I'm also not big on using patterned washi, so I'm not going to unwrap these, but we have a little beach scene here with the beach birds and then suns and ice creams on this summer mood narrower tape. And that's why I may not stick to the ultimate subscription every month. But obviously with the buy one half price and get one free deal, I was going to save a lot more by getting the ultimate subscription as opposed to the other subscriptions. Here's the cute little pin. Really love that one. And the washi. The other reason I'd recommend getting the ultimate box if you're new is it gives you a taster of everything. So then you can decide which one is best suited to you after you've tried planning with them. Because I was a first time subscriber, I got this Be Creative journal. I know this comes with some of the subscriptions, but the planner subscription, you get a free planner, which is different. This one is a dot grid journal, cream paper, and the Hubman and Chubgirl paper is usually 115 GSM. You do have, I think I spotted yet a little ribbon. So that's really nice to get with your very first subscription. But it doesn't say whether you get it with all the different subscriptions. And you definitely only get it the first time you subscribe. It's not something you get regularly with the boxes. You also get this grid spacing sheet, which I'm sure is going to be really useful. So if you're drawing boxes and you want boxes in columns with spaces between them, it shows you exactly where you can draw your lines. And also, if you don't want spaces between the boxes, you can use this bottom section. And on the back, it has it for going the other way as well. So I'm going to have to get to grips with using that when I do my spread today. I've got a few other things to tell you, which I'll share while I'm making my spread, as well as those sneak peeks of upcoming themes. But now I need to decide, is it going to be beach birds or deep blue sea? They're both super cute. Which would you pick? I've decided to go with the Deep Blue Sea subscription. I did this spread in my Happy Planner several years ago, and it's one of my favourites. So as the theme is the same, I thought I would recreate something similar but make it a fold-out flat page. I'm going to use some scrapbook paper to make the fold-out flaps. And I couldn't really find any double-sided paper that would work. So I've gone with this really pretty watercolour effect paper that I got from a shop here in the UK called Hobbycraft. I've measured my Hubman and Chubgirl journal. I'm going to allow a little bit extra that I can always chop off later. I need 2 pieces to make the 2 flaps. Let's see how that fits. This is the journal they sent me when I did a collaboration with them. I am an affiliate for Hubman and Chubgirl, although you can't use my code on subscriptions, but you can use it on anything else in the shop to save yourself 15% with a one-use code Julie15. So the idea is to have the paper stuck on the page and then have the flap folding so that when I open it out I will get a seam, and then I will have to work out what I'm going to do on the other side. As I've never done pages quite like this before, I'm making it up as I go along, and I think it would probably be best to fold the card first. So kind of working out roughly where the middle is. Although that wasn't very accurate. As long as it fits the page, that will be fine. Just checking it. I think it's actually not in the right place. Let's measure again. So it's about 14.2 centimetres, which does seem to be what this piece of paper is. So let me just check again. Now, for some reason there's a couple of millimetres over. Okay, folded it again. and I think that's probably as close as I'm going to get it. You can use glue, but I like to use double-sided sticky tape in my projects. Although the downside with that is once you've stuck something down, it is stuck. So you do have to make sure you are really happy with where you want something to go. Before you stick it down. I usually do a diagonal piece as well. So I'll do the first side, show you how that's done, and then I'll get the second one done off screen so we can get on with adding some washi and stickers. So here goes. I do hope I get it on right. Yeah, I think the fold is more or less right. I will need to trim off some at the top. So I'll be back when I've done the second flap. Here are the flaps. It was quite tricky to cut the excess off the top, and I've slightly gone down here, but I can probably fix that later. I did around the corners, even though it was double the thickness. And although you can see a tiny little bit of the book in the centre, you don't want to put anything too close because you'll have that issue of when you're trying to close the pages. And for that reason, what I'm going to do is trim off with a border punch these parts, because otherwise when you fold the pages you're getting that sort of push, and I don't want that to happen. I do like bringing things like punches into my pages, and I have this bubble border. I think this is a Martha Stewart punch around the page set, but I'm not going to punch all the way around. I just thought I would do this part. So you line up the punch on the picture, and you should get a pattern that matches all the way across. So I'll be back when I've done that. So that didn't quite go perfectly to plan, because it's much harder to line the punch up when you've got it in a book than when you're using a plain piece of scrapbook paper that you can just slide up the punch. But I don't think it's too noticeable, and I like the little bubble effect. So now I can start thinking about where I want the bottles to go. One of the reasons I wanted the flat page was because there was no way I was going to be able to fit 7 of these on these pages. So I thought I could have 2 on each page. I did keep the template I made when I did that Happy Planner layout. I always try to keep my templates in case I want to use them again, but I might need to make one that's just a little bit smaller. In case you want to know how I do make a smaller template, all I did was draw around the bottle and then draw an inside line, slightly smaller. I did keep the bottleneck the same length, but I've made it narrower and I've cut quite a bit of the length. So I'm just checking that that will fit. Yeah. And then I think what I did last time was draw around these on label paper so that I could stick the label paper in the journal directly. I might round the corners of the bottle before I draw around it. And I'm triple checking that it fits in each section. I may have an issue because I've got this border here, that's the only thing. So I might need to just make it a little bit shorter. So I've got a sheet of label paper and my template. And I'm drawing around it with a stabilo. Like that. I managed to get 7 bottles from the one sheet, so that's what we'll go with. I've got the 7 bottles cut out, and I did make these a little bit shorter to fit those pages with the cut border. And I'm going to do what I did last time, which is to add this washi I got from a washi set called Deep Blue Whale. I doubt it will be available anymore. I liked the fact that it had the little bottle with a ship in it and the waves, so that the bottle is decorated. If you are a subscriber, you do get reward points, pineapple points for your purchase, which you can redeem for coupons, which you can then use not on subscriptions but on other orders. There is usually a order requirement, so you can't just use them on any order. You have to be spending a certain amount of money. That does seem to happen a lot. They put up offers of getting free gifts if you spend over a certain amount, and I've said it before, when Happy Planner do that, I don't really like all these spend more, save more offers, because as someone who finds it hard to not want to buy all the things, it does encourage me to buy things that maybe I wouldn't. So I do try not to succumb to any of those sorts of offers. But I think I've got a couple of coupons for something like a spend of $30, something like that, but I'm not going to be spending like over $100 on an order. So no free gifts for me. Obviously you can only get the subscription while it's current. So the Deep Blue Sea subscription is no longer available, although they do make the boxes available, but instead of costing $60 they cost $100, which to me is quite a jump. I'm not sure why they do that, presumably because they're limited or more sought after once they're gone. And as I said earlier, you can pick things up individually, but again, the price is more in total. They also email you offers and codes that you can use. So that's another thing. And you do get freebies from time to time with your subscription. So I'm getting a freebie with my Safari Adventure sub-box, and then I think you get one in your 3rd subscription and maybe your 6th, and they're just little things like sticky notes or notepads. But what's nice is they do give you an option of 2 to choose from, so I've actually chosen one that had the Deep Blue Sea theme to go with this kit. And along with the subscriptions, they do quite a few releases each month. They've just done a strawberry shortcake release, which everyone was very excited about. And because none of the subscriptions are actually seasonal, in case somebody doesn't want a seasonal sub box, they do separate releases for things like Easter and Halloween, Christmas, which is a nice effort to be inclusive to everyone. Let's get these bottles stuck down and then we can do some fun decorating. Hubman and Chubgirl do sell storage albums that you can keep your stickers in. In fact, they just released 4 really cute vegan leather designs that I was very tempted by. If you do get the ultimate subscription, you could store your stickers in the box that it comes with. I do believe that the name is on the side, so you could stand them up on a shelf a little bit like you do with your planners. Let's just see if I could overlap a couple of them. I think I'll use the washi that came with the sub box along the bottom, as it's the seabed. I'm afraid the camera cut out while I added all these stickers on this sheet, so I'll add just a few more. Can I squeeze this little seahorse in? I think the little crab is one of my favourites. And I might make this one the last one. I'll add some days of the week here to the bottles. Another thing that Hubman and Chubgirl offer when you're renewing your subscriptions is add-ons. So if you're getting, for example, the sticker subscription, but you'd like the washi tape, which is in the ultimate subscription, you can get that. Or if you want another set of the larger sticker sheets, you can order those. So as I say, it is really quite flexible. Add a few of the bubbles. I don't believe you can add on the enamel pin if you're not getting the ultimate subscription. But then after the release date, they do make the items available individually anyway. So if you really wanted to pick that pin up, you could buy it then. One thing I've discovered that does confuse people about the subscriptions is that they keep the picture of the subscription the same until the 25th of the month. So a lot of people post in a panic saying, I've already got that subscription, I'm not getting it again, am I? But once you realise that if you subscribe before the 24th, you're going to get the previous month. And if you subscribe after the 24th, then you'll get the next month. Then it is clearer. But I see a lot of posts about that on Facebook. So at the moment on my page, it shows that I'm paying for the next subscription, but the picture still shows Safari Adventure, although it will be Fairy Garden. So now I need to decide what I'm going to do with these pages. I think the perfect addition would be these cute postcards. I'll add some Live Love Posh grid washi on the edge to bring a bit of colour to the page. There's actually quite a lot to Hubman and Chubgirl, which is one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it in this video, because it has been quite a steep learning curve. But I feel now I've got to grips with most things. And the same on the other side. I'll use some Mr. Pen pens to add some mild liner lines. Although I said at the start of the video that I've never been a big fan of subscriptions, I've realised by trying this that it's really exciting to look forward to having a package arrive each month and have some really cute stickers to play with on a regular basis. So I'm finally understanding why so many of you out there enjoy your subscriptions. And I'll finish by adding a few of these smaller stickers around the gaps. You should receive your subscription box in time for the month that it's meant for. I've already got my Safari Adventure subscription box, which is the theme for August. And I think it's around the 18th of each month they reveal the next theme. So for September, it's going to be Fairy Garden, which I'm probably going to skip. And there's just the tiniest hint about the theme on the calendar they have on their website, because it has a little image next to each month. And they usually post a couple of images for us to pick our favourites for the die cut stickers. And that gives us another clue. So many people on Facebook already guessed that it was going to be some sort of fairy or butterfly theme when they saw these die cuts. And if you're here for the sneak peeks, you can see on the calendar that for October there's a face mask, so everyone's assuming some sort of self-care theme. For November we have a chef's hat and a cooking pot. So that might be a food-based theme. And December looks like a stamp, mail and post bag, which I'm quite excited about. Although I hadn't heard of Hubman and Chubgirl till quite recently, there is a big community on Facebook, lots of posts every day, and it does have a little bit of the excitement of the old Happy Planet community feel. People are very supportive and encouraging, giving tips of how to use stickers and sharing spreads, showing what they got in mystery boxes. And Hubman and Chubgirl have a YouTube channel and post a couple of videos each month showing how to use the current kits. So I found those really inspiring and have got quite a few ideas from those. So I think we are finished. Blue is my favourite colour and I'm really loving this whole look. And I think the flat pages have turned out really, really well. If you have any questions I haven't answered in this video about Hubman and Chubgirl subscriptions or their website generally, then I'll do my best to answer them in the comments. And remember, if you are shopping, you can use my code Julie15 as a one-time code on any purchase except subscriptions. If you'd like to see the video where I made these 3 little pig pages with a little book flap and some horizontal Dutch doors, then I'll link the video on screen here so you can go and watch that now. If I've given you any inspiration in this video, then do give me a like, comment or subscribe to my channel, and keep an eye out for that Safari Adventure video coming soon. Have a great weekend and I'll see you in the next one.